Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. I didn't upload anything yesterday and therefore you are getting two new videos today. In this episode we are quickly going to look at BTC ETH and in correlation with the dollar and the S&P, because right now we are getting quite some volatility. We had a dump yesterday, but it's been slightly being bought up right away. The question is, where do we go from here? Are we going to retrace further, or can we expect another move to the upside? If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think it's useful. Without further ado, let's start diving in. We are starting off with BTC USD on the 4 hour, and as you can see, we had a bit of a move down. It was quite fast and ferocious yesterday. I did not quite caught the move, but I caught a little bit the move back to the upside. Most important thing is that I want to show you is that finally on the 4 hour, as you can see, the momentum wave is going lower and also the money flow is going lower. Doesn't mean that we are right away going to dump city, but at least we have the first signs of cooling off. Also the RSIs are getting split again after being melted together for quite some time. But of course this move can still reverse to the upside and then the money flow back up. What I'm looking out for, or what actually would be very nice, is that we go up one more time, creating a new high, maybe in this bigger golden pocket that we have been looking at already for a while, 21,500, 21,800, and then reverse to the upside. And of course, then also the momentum wave needs to come lower. And I said earlier this week, for this scenario, I need to have the money flow to go down already. If else, it is just another small retracement and then a move up again. So be very, very careful, but that would be a very nice trade. So far, if I zoom in on the hourly, then you can see that we had one swing filled pattern after another, and that constantly gave us new opportunities. This is one high after this, or this one, depending which one you take. This is number 3, number 4, and number 5, and every time we make that swing fill pattern, you could have traded as a short. Sometimes give you a little bit more than others. Yesterday that swing fill pattern gave you a 5.7 retracement that went very, very fast. You're seeing this red block underneath me. That is still the CME gap from last weekend. 19,500 ish is the closure of this CME gap. A lot of people think we are going to close it and then reverse to the upside. To be honest, valid scenario. If that happens and I see something like a reversal, I will definitely play the long and see how far this thing can bring us. If we do something like this and then we are going lower, then I'm still looking out for this major point of control at 18,000, 18,200, which then also coincides with this cluster right here and the high right here. And if not, if we are also breaking that, but that is quite the move already to the upside, I'm looking for this block right here, approximately 17,400, now let's say 17,500 to 17,300, the 78.6 from the fib retracement and the value area high would be a major retracement, but also a major creation of a higher low, and that then also double confirms that maybe the bottom is in and we are establishing a new uptrend. So right now it is quite interesting. I want to see first some movement to one side or the other. So first maybe down to say, hey, we are creating a higher low, we are going up, or maybe completely crashing down to the downside, or actually maybe do something like this. One more time down, take out the liquidity of these lows, and then establish maybe a higher low, let's say the CME gap, and then back up again. Don't get fooled, because these are still quite the moves. Then we're talking about approximately 5% down and another 10% up. So this right now is a great trading range. It's been really a treat after the sideways period. So these are now for me the most important levels. If we are going higher, much higher, then I'm actually looking out for approximately 78.6 from this move. That also coincides with then taking out this high right here and getting into this cluster of candles right here. And that 78.6 is approximately 23,100. Then quickly to ETH, there we see kind of the same, but I want to start off with the dump from yesterday because that was almost 7% from top to bottom. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but my God, it went fast. What I'm looking out for right now in this moment is that ETH maybe does something like this, creating a new low and then making this nice bullish divergence on the hourly. I will definitely trade it to the upside. The only thing that concerns me here a little bit is that the money flow is in the red and the VWAP is also going down, so we need to see a little bit of a bounce. But something like a nice trigger wave would be nice if we can play it. The scenario here for the ups and the downs is almost identical to BTC. We're having this box above us that I drew out, which is support and resistance, and this big golden pocket starting off from 16,600 to from 1665 to approximately 1700. I wish Ethereum was 16,000, but that is then the box that I'm looking out for. Also here, I'm keeping in mind the scenario that if BTC is creating a base somewhere here around that CME gap, that ETH will probably also go down, maybe somewhere here or somewhere here, and then go higher again. Actually, I think that this low would be nice. That also is still quite the move. Then we're talking about another 8%, and then to go higher again into that golden pocket and then maybe reverse. So these could still be quite volatile moves. What we can then also create is, let's say if something like that happens, is that we may be creating a very big head and shoulders pattern. Bit speculative. I mean, we have no idea, anything can happen from this point on, but just be prepared for multiple scenarios. Also here to the downside, this for me is the gem of all gems. This retraces, we're playing it as a short, then we bounce from this golden pocket, which also coincides with the value area high, 1258 to 1275. That would be for me perfect. Also here then creating a higher low, and then we establish a new trend and we can go higher. So that will be super nice. I'm still keeping my eye out on that almighty dollar index, the DXY, and as you can see, we finally confirmed that green dot with the money flow going to the upside. Yes, we had green dots here in the past, but the money flow was still coming down. Now, of course, we can have a big dumpage in the dollar index and then the money flow is still coming down and maybe this green dot is being unveiled again. But from this point on, also with the VWAP going higher and the RSIs slowly moving a bit more to the upside, I think that we still have a very good chance that this thing is going to reverse to the upside, and therefore stocks and crypto will be selling off again. That could entertain, and also the idea that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going much lower and creating then very deep that higher low on the macro trend, and eventually then this maybe goes into the golden pocket, 78.6, 0.5, whatever, and then eventually retrace again. But so far, when this was confirmed with the money flow up and the view up higher, that made me pretty confident that our scenario of the big bullish divergence that we are creating right here is still in play, and it looks pretty good. One thing that kind of sold off yesterday very fast is the S&P 500. And I saw a very nice tweet of Benjamin Cohen, who said that every top that has been made in the last year since these dumps was on a Tuesday. Believe it or not, every top over every hit was on a Tuesday. Weird coincidence. But right now, and you probably have seen this already, is that we're not only still in the ascending triangle, but also that we have been bouncing off the golden pocket. And there you see how simple and how powerful this is. Measured from the high all the way to the low, back into the golden pocket, which then at that time also coincides with the resistance line. And then we just had a very hard rejection to the downside. My macro target, and I maybe sound like a broken record, is still a retest of the approximately $3,500 for the S&P 500, maybe creating something like a major double bottom. That would be nice. So if the dollar index indeed really reverses to the upside, stocks and crypto will be selling off again. There will be a story or a narrative, inflation, recession, something with the Fed, yada. You can think about all kinds of things, or you can make up all kinds of stories, but eventually we're just looking at the charts, and then this can really reverse again and maybe touch this and then finally go to the upside. Also here, that last part of course is a little bit speculative, but you can see that the levels are just so extremely respected. We bounced off the golden pocket and a resistance line, nice confluence, and now just going lower. I also expect this to go actually much lower. Here we are on the daily time frame, and also our indicators are telling us that this might have some more movement to the downside. Money flow going over, VWAP going lower, momentum wave going lower, red dot confirmed, and the RSIs are going lower. So looks like that this is probably needs some time to go lower. Also here in a weekly, not really clean. Let me quickly check the 2-day. Also not so clean. Maybe the 12-hour. This one is actually quite clean, as you can see, with the VWAP, the momentum wave, and the RSI. So I think that there is maybe more downside to go, so keep an eye on the DXY and the S&P 500, and usually we're seeing ETH and BTC dancing in sync, sometimes a little bit delayed, 15 to 20 minutes, but usually they are dancing in sync with the DXY and the S&P 500, and therefore I'm always keeping an eye out on them when I'm trading these two assets. Alright guys, that will be it for now. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think this is useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post and update you there multiple times a day, so it's an absolute treat. And then of course I'll see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.